Corrupt cops are everywhere, but today we are looking at some of the worst caught in the act and humbled, just like this officer who got taken to the cleaners by this informed auditor.
I will be filing an internal affairs complaint against you. Not that your corrupt internal affairs will do anything about it. It's a thick blue line. I used to be part of it. I understand it.
Cops believe they have unlimited authority and can intimidate anyone they wish. Well, here are some times they got up against the wrong individual and ended up getting humiliated in no time. In September 2020, a private investigator was working a case near a residence when an officer pulled up and ordered him to step out of his car. The officer then demanded ID, unaware he was dealing with someone with a far better understanding of the law than he did.
And then you were relocated here. This is what was dispatched to me.
Okay,
and you're parked in front of somebody's house. This is not a normal place for people to be parked.
Okay.
And I am asking you to identify yourself.
Okay.
Okay? And you have to, by law, identify yourself. I need your ID, sir, to verify who you are.
I have to identify myself if you suspect me. Florida, is this a Terry stop? Am I being detained?
You are, right now. Yes, you are.
Under suspicion of what crime, sir?
Loitering and prowling.
Do you know what loitering is? Under the statute,
sir,
loitering?
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to give me your driver's license here in a minute, or you're going to go to jail for resisting.
Okay.
I'm being honest with you.
I'm going to give him a license, then I'm going to file an internal affairs complaint on you for violating my Fourth Amendment right.
The investigator was forced to hand over his ID under the threat of arrest, but the officer was about to realize he had messed with the wrong guy.
If you want to sit around and wait for a supervisor, we're more than happy to do that.
Well, you got no problem sitting here detaining me.
Do you want to sit around and wait for a supervisor?
I asked for a supervisor. I'd like for you to call a supervisor. I'm glad you got a smile on your face while you're violating my rights. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I suggest you refresh yourself on the law and what reasonable suspicion is. You go ahead and smile now. I will be filing an internal affairs complaint against you. Not that your corrupt internal affairs will do anything about it. Apparently you boys in blue don't know how to break that line.
He wasn't about to let the officer violate his rights and walk away unchallenged. While waiting for the supervisor to arrive, he put the deputy in his place.
There's no public
yeah, but you also know
there's
you have to have a reasonable cause to run my tag through David. That's why that state trooper, that's why the Florida Highway Patrol trooper got sued, right?
Okay, sir, listen. If I ran your emergency contact, looked at your emergency contact information, that we're not on.
6429 with a valid.
You need to move your vehicle out from in front of her house.
Why?
So you need to move your vehicle out from your house. Okay?
So you're saying it's illegal for me to sit there?
Is there even a shoulder? You're parked in the grass.
It's an easement, 33 feet from the center line. Are you giving me a lawful
You're free to
command?
go. You can go, or you can wait for the supervisor to come.
I'm going to wait for the supervisor.
Please do. Don't go back in your vehicle.
Why can't I go back in my vehicle?
Because I'm standing out here and I don't know what's in your vehicle.
So once again, once the supervisor leaves and you leaves, am I allowed to sit there and stay there? That's a simple yes or no question.
Why are you sitting here?
I am working.
Okay.
The officer clearly needed to revisit the Constitution, though it's doubtful he had ever read it. The investigator was now ready to expose the officer's ignorance.
You've came here, you've required me to show ID when I didn't have to. I'm sitting on the side of the road, I haven't broken a law, and you abused your authority. That gun and that badge doesn't give you abusive rights.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Sure, go right ahead.
Do you have a house?
Do I have a house?
Do you live somewhere?
No, I live under a rock.
See, now, you're being sarcastic, and I'm just asking you honest questions. You're
what
getting
do
upset.
You
I'm not even
think?
So you live in a house. You got private property, right? So you, in your experience,
yeah.
If somebody was parked right in front of your house, like that vehicle is,
yeah.
Would that rouse your suspicion?
Perhaps, yeah.
Would you call law enforcement?
No.
You'd probably go out and handle it yourself.
Probably.
Would you arm yourself and go out there and do it?
May or may not.
Okay, well, not everyone has that courage, sir. They're not as brave as you. So that's when they call us, because this is who we swore our oath to, the citizens of Ohio County.
The investigator made it clear officers swear an oath to protect, not violate people's rights, as the deputy had done in this case. Despite the deputy's attempts to laugh it off and provoke him, the investigator refused to let the situation de-escalate.
Do you think this is funny, deputy?
No, I do not think
Let's make
it
serious. Let's talk to each other, two gentlemen, okay? You do understand the Fourth Amendment, right, deputy? What does the Fourth Amendment guarantee?
I'm not going to say here.
See, you don't want to talk about something. You're going to lose that.
But you keep shutting me down. I'm trying to explain to you what's
going
on.
No, you're not. You're avoiding it. I'm answering your questions, and you don't want to answer mine. Go ahead.
I'm trying to explain this very nicely to you, sir.
Suspicion.
I have, and that's all I need. Reasonable suspicion that a crime is or about or has been committed.
Am I in bizarro world, or is this deputy not understanding the English language? Okay, listen to me once again. in order to require me to ID myself. See,
This
you don't want to
conversation's
listen.
going in circles.
No, because you're not
You're standing
listening.
here for the supervisor. I don't particularly want to talk to you anymore. You're free to get in your car and leave.
No,
If you
see,
want to get in your
you're
car,
not
you can
listening.
leave, or you can wait for the supervisor.
The deputy clearly did not understand that mere suspicion is not enough to detain someone. Reasonable, articulable suspicion is required. The investigator then posed another question, and once again, the crooked cop had no answer.
You have no control or
Then
custody
leave.
over me.
You're not coming
I don't.
near me.
You don't tell me what to do.
I'm telling you, you're not coming near me. You're going to.
I'm not coming near you. I'm looking to see what this deputy. Make sure you don't get a rifle and shoot me. You know, you cops aren't known for shooting people. You want to say suspicion. Suspicion is not a crime. Loitering, which is also contempt of cop, that standard's also not met, because under the Florida statute, you must give me a reason to articulate why I'm in the area I am. I explained to you that I'm an investigator and I'm working. I can tell by your body language, man. I'm a certified interrogator. I've been doing this job for 16 years. All right? Look at your body. Look at your body language.
You can't have a conversation. I
Really?
tried to have a conversation.
What are we doing
And
now?
all you're doing is jumping up and down. You're
I'm
getting all
jumping up and
upset.
down.
You don't know anything. You're being insulting. You're being rude. But you want me to be nice to you. That's
I'm not
how want
asking
this
you to be. I'm not
two-way,
asking you to be
right?
nice. You haven't been nice to me. You violated my Fourth Amendment. You're telling me what to do and what I can't do. You told me I can't stay there when I have every legal right to sit there. See, you think that's all okay. Because once again, you have that gun and that badge, and you think that gives you the right to tell people what to do when you have no legal authority to do so.
The deputy was clearly out of his depth, and continuing the conversation seemed pointless, so the investigator decided to wait in his car, but the deputy found yet another issue with that.
But I'm gonna just go wait up at my vehicle.
Sir,
I don't
listen to me. Do not go. I do not know what's in
I
your
didn't
vehicle.
say in. I did not say
You're
in.
gonna either wait here or you're gonna leave. You're not going in that near
I
that
said I'm
vehicle.
just gonna go stand
You're
over
not
there.
going near that vehicle. I do not know what's in that vehicle, and the way you're acting right now, I don't trust you. You're gonna either stand here, wait for the supervisor, or you're gonna tell me you're gonna leave, and then we're gonna get in our car and leave.
Am I being detained?
How would you like to? What did I just tell you? You can leave, but then we're leaving. That's the bottom line. If you're going back to the vehicle, we're gonna get
Go
out.
ahead and leave. I'll wait for the supervisor.
She's not coming up here by herself. I can tell you that right now. She's not, and I would not allow her
I'm
to come
such
up
a
here by
scary
herself.
guy. Is it okay if I put my ID back in my wallet?
Absolutely.
Okay. I have no weapons on me.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna make any furtive
Absolutely.
movements. Make sure you don't pull your weapon and shoot. Okay.
Sir, you can put your ID back in your pocket.
All right. I appreciate that. All right. I'm gonna move now. Okay.
Okay.
It's crazy how these officers continue to violate people's rights under the guise of officer safety. Despite being armed and outnumbering the individual, they seem to be far too intimidated by him to back down.
Has this officer explained to you what's happened?
It's my understanding someone called in about your vehicle being parked on private property.
Okay.
All right. And then that you weren't happy with the way they were handling it. And so
Okay.
they called me.
May I ask you, is what I'm doing sitting here, is that a crime?
If this is private property, yes.
Okay. It's public easement, is it not?
Without looking at,
You know what public easement is,
I know what an
correct?
easement is,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Now, you're a sergeant, so I know you've been on the force for a while.
Correct.
I'm sure, although not semantically accurate with the law, you're probably accurate enough to know how far easement goes off the road, and the fact that someone pulled right off the shoulder is on public easement. I mean, if you would give me that much. Okay.
The sergeant arrived, and although she was much more ready to listen to what the investigator had to say, she wasn't going to side with the truth.
Where I draw the issue is when this deputy over here demanded under the threat of arrest for me to ID myself, when I clearly articulated to this deputy, by the U.S. Constitution, I'm guaranteed a Fourth Amendment right. Not only that, under Florida statute and Florida Constitution, under Florida statute, he must either have RAS or PC that I've either committed a crime or about to commit a crime.
I'm going to stand over here if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So when we make contact with someone, that's the first thing we do is identify them so we know who we're out with.
That's your
okay?
policy. I agree with that. But again, I'm talking about the law when he has a right to demand under the color of authority code, U.S. Code 18, Section 242, which is deprivation of rights under the color of law. When you all put that badge on and take an oath, you become what's under the color of law. You have authority given to you. And he must meet certain requirements in order to use that authority under the color of law.
It turned out the supervisor wasn't any better, and things quickly went from bad to worse for the investigator.
And actually, under the law, if I'm not allowed to tell law enforcement, I can get in trouble with the law if I tell you who I'm working.
I don't.
Statute
Well-
493.
Well, I know in the past when we
What?
have a.
I never asked you.
I'm sorry.
I never asked you who you're working.
Okay, would you like me to stop the
All right,
video?
hold on.
You want to stand fast on that, deputy?
Listen, I'm standing here to help. Okay, just.
Yeah, but he just told a lie.
Okay, well, I know in the past when people are working as a private investigator, they will call our
Normally,
communications
yes.
to let them know I'm out here at this address, so we don't get calls like this, right? So
and
we
the-
could have avoided this whole
Well,
situation.
no, that's not necessarily true, and you are correct. That's something we normally do. It is a courtesy. It's not a requirement.
Right.
Nothing's going to come of it. All right. I've been doing my activism for years, and it's not a thin blue line. It's a thick line. I used to be part of it. I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. But I have an issue. I want this gentleman count. I explained to him, it's not that I don't want to give you my ID, but because I'm an activist, I stand firm on my constitutional rights. I explained to him about the Fourth Amendment, and I explained he doesn't have a legal right to demand my ID.
We're here for a call. We're here for a purpose. It's not like this was a self-initiated call. We got a call from a citizen. We have a legal right to be here.
Yes.
The sergeant seemed completely clueless, and despite being educated by the citizen, she continued to side with her corrupt deputy.
For a Terry stop, okay?
This isn't a Terry stop.
Exactly. It wasn't a traffic, and I'm not required to produce ID. This is not a stop and ID state. In the state of Florida, under statute, in order for me to be required to ID myself, you must either suspect me of committing a crime or about to commit a crime, and you must either have PC of that or RAS. He kept on saying his reasonable suspicion was just suspicion. That's what he thinks his standard is for me to be required to ID. And I asked him, sir, suspicion of what crime?
Yes, I would like to at this point move on though and try to get this resolved. I'm sure you obviously have a job to do, right?
Yeah,
You're on.
but how's it going to be resolved? I would like acknowledgement, and if you don't feel comfortable, I'd like for you to say so for the record.
Oh, you're not being detained, but anytime, like on a traffic stop, when we approach a vehicle and someone needs to get something out of their vehicle, we walk
Yeah,
with
but
them
it's over
for-
with. He was done with me. He said I couldn't get back in my vehicle until he left. He doesn't have any right to control me
Okay.
like that.
All right, like I said, you're here on a job, and I know you said you won't tell us who you work for or whatever. Is there any way that we can confirm that you're here doing a private investigate? Or
I gave my
you're-
investigator's license.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
ma'am.
It is incredibly difficult to get a police officer to admit wrongdoing. The investigator kept voicing his concerns, but the corrupt sergeant remained stubborn, continuing to flex her authority.
Oh, it's no sense in
Right, like I said, I
rehashing
want to
everything.
move forward at this point and try to
Yeah.
resolve it. Obviously, like I said, they were here on a call. She's, a mom, young kids. She's saying, I guess there's a bus
I
stop
have
right
no
down here.
problem with none of that.
So when they show up and make contact with you, they have a right to ask for your identification.
Ask. They have a right to ask. He does not have a right to threaten me with arrest, which he did.
Well, honestly, right when they show up on a call and they ask for your ID and you refuse to give it to them when they're here for a lawful reason, that could be considered resisting without. That is an arrestable offense.
I know the subsection for resisting without violence. It's not. I have 2 cases going to the Florida Supreme Court.
Okay.
One of them is over this very same matter, which I'm about to sue the state for $5 million. All right, so I think I'm pretty well versed on what I'm doing.
The female supervisor was clearly no match for this fierce citizen, who soon realized he wouldn't get anything out of this.
The U.S. Constitution and being a servant to the citizens, I expect you to uphold the law because you guys take every opportunity to say that I'm enforcing the law. But when I see officers break the law, they're not so quick to stand fast on it. And that's what that deputy has done. He has broken the law by violating my constitutional rights. And I know that's maybe we can just brush that aside. That's no big deal. We're doing what we're supposed to do. I'm asking you to really look deep into it, what I'm saying. We're losing our way in this country, deputy. I'd like you to research the law. And if you verify what I said is true, I want him counseled. I will be doing a PRR on his video and audio, and I will be filing an internal affairs complaint because I believe I'm steady in my claim. Thank you for your time, man.
Have a good day.
Is it okay for me to go to my vehicle? Okay.
This guy was 100% grounded in the law, standing up for his rights and what he believed was the truth. This is how every citizen should handle their interactions with the police. He continued to file a complaint against the deputy, and it is highly likely he will also pursue a lawsuit against the deputy and the city. While this cop messed with the wrong person, this next tyrant made an even bigger mistake.
Get out of the car. Get out of the goddamn car before you get tased. What sir? Put this motherfucker in park.
In May 2023, Deputy Creech of the Galveston County Sheriff's Office flagged down Mr. Sanyal, who was approaching a roadblock in the middle of the road. While it seemed like a normal stop at first, things were about to escalate quickly.
Watch out, Harley.
Yeah.
Alright. Just bring it out here to where this wreck is.
It's got to be obnoxious.
Alright, just I'll call you back. Well, yeah, there's a police car right in the middle of the road.
What's going on?
And you're hauling some of me. Where's your driver's license?
My driver's license is in my wallet, but I'm trying to get home. Right here. What's going on? Why is the road blocked?
Do you see lights and police cars at Roadblock and you think you're going to drive through it?
I'm going normal speed, but what's going on?
Normal speed, there's a car in the lane of traffic.
I know, why is there a car in the lane of traffic?
Mr. Sanyal was confused by the situation and calmly asked the deputy about what was happening. However, the deputy misinterpreted his questions and, instead of providing clarity, took actions that escalated the situation in an unexpected and troubling direction.
Is that your concern?
Absolutely. It's obviously on the opposite.
You ready to go to jail?
Sir, please,
Sir, please what? How about you come stand in the middle of the road and let a car come hauling at you?
I'm going at like 40 miles an hour, man.
Get out.
Report police lights.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Sir.
Get out of the car.
Get out.
Can I ask you what's going on? Hey.
Get out of the car.
I'm recording all that.
Get out of the car.
Dude, please, I'm putting my wallet in my pocket.
Get out of the car. Get out of the goddamn car before you get tased.
What sir?
Put this motherfucker in port.
Man.
Probably one of the worst police interactions you'd ever see. Deputy Creech is definitely one of the worst pigs to ever wear this uniform. And surprisingly, this gets even worse.
I have been going the speed limit. Ow! Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Can you explain to me what's going on?
You're going to jail.
Without any warning, the deputy tases Mr. Sanyal, and to make matters worse, he cuts off his body camera. Later, he threw the individual on the pavement, smashing his face into the gravel as he placed his entire body weight on him.
Select your request to claim.
You can request it. Request a claim.
Uber driver. Yeah, he almost ran us over.
The deputy attempts to mock him by claiming him to be an Uber driver, and also says that he almost ran the cops over when clearly he slowed down in time. Keep watching as the deputy continues to lie.
Okay, but you're okay.
Nope, keep following.
Next, this female tyrant tried to get some dirt on this disabled woman, but was immediately owned.
Any weapons in the vehicle?
None of your business.
It is my business, actually.
Cops are known for escalating simple situations into chaos. Today we will look at cases where corrupt officers went fishing for trouble only to get caught breaking the law themselves. On September 9th, 2024, a Montgomery County Sheriff's deputy spotted a car with an obscured license plate due to a couple of bicycles hanging over it, and that is when she went over to conduct a traffic stop.
You gonna roll down the window? Why not? Roll down the window.
Yes, may I help you?
Officer Norton, Montgomery County Constables, Precinct 5. The reason I pulled you over is your license plate is obscured. I cannot see your license plate.
You're full of crap anyways because it's got my bicycle things on it.
It still can't be covered.
Yes, it's not covered. It is, but that's
It's obscured.
legal.
No, it's not. I cannot see your license plate. I cannot see your license plate.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's obscured. Do you have your license on you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
However, it's not obscured.
Okay, it is obscured.
You can call Officer Simpson, Sergeant Simpson, and ask him. It is not obscured.
So me not being able to see your back license plate, don't roll up your window on me.
Oh, watch me.
Okay.
It was an accident to begin with, so don't threaten me.
I didn't threaten you. I said
Yes,
don't roll.
you did. Don't roll up your window on me. It was an accident to begin with.
Okay,
It's fine.
The officer's demeanor was unprofessional and intimidating. Worse, she conducted an illegal traffic stop as carrying bicycles on a vehicle is legal and does not constitute an obscured license plate.
That's all I said was don't roll your window up on me. Where's your license?
It's not obscured.
Okay.
You can read it.
We can agree to disagree. Where are you coming from today?
None of your business.
Okay, cool. Any weapons in the vehicle?
None of your business.
It is my business, actually.
No. I don't have to answer any more questions.
Yeah, you do. Are there any weapons in the vehicle?
Here you go.
Are there any weapons in the vehicle?
No.
Okay. Any illegal narcotics?
I'm not answering any more questions.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle for me.
Excuse me?
Hop out of the vehicle.
Excuse me?
Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle.
The cop was creating an unwanted situation just to satisfy her ego, as now she was ordering the old woman, who was almost deaf, to get out of her car for a minor traffic violation.
Say that again?
Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle.
No.
Get out of the vehicle?
Out of the vehicle.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, no, I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
8520. Can you send me another unit? I have a occupant that's refusing to get out of the vehicle.
I'm not getting out.
Yes, you are.
Clear. Can I get a second 85?
Getting out.
It's a lawful order.
No, it's not a lawful order.
Yes, it is. It is a lawful order, me telling you to get out of the vehicle.
I am not getting out.
You can open up the channel. You can get out of the vehicle, or you can go for interfering. Okay, well, we'll sit here all day until... Okay. We'll sit here all day. All I asked was for you to get out of the vehicle.
I am not getting out of my vehicle.
I don't know what's in this vehicle. You're not telling me if there are weapons. I asked you if there are weapons. You said I don't have to tell you. You said I don't have to tell you. So for all I know is you have a firearm.
The clueless, power-hungry cop started making excuses to get her out of the car and conduct an illegal search. It is shocking how some officers think they can do anything just because they wear a badge.
There's no weapons in my vehicle.
You said I don't have to tell you.
Exactly, but I also told you there was no vehicles in my. There is weapons in my vehicle.
Okay, cool. Well,
So I do not have to get out of my vehicle.
yeah, you do. It's a lawful order.
No, it's not.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
I'm not doing anything wrong. There is no reason for me to get out of my vehicle, and I gave you my driver's license.
Okay, but I'm asking you to get out of the vehicle, and you're still refusing.
I'm getting out of my vehicle.
Okay, well, we can either pull you out.
Call Sergeant Simpson.
I don't need to call Sergeant Simpson.
There is no reason for me to get out of my vehicle. I've not done anything wrong.
So me asking you is a lawful order.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
It definitely is a lawful order.
My vehicle.
Okay.
It's not a lawful order because there is no reason for it.
Okay, she already locked it.
Carrying a bike rack is legal, and at most, the stop should have ended with a ticket, but the power-tripping officer was determined to escalate the situation.
That's all right. We got a sergeant on the line right now. See? He's en route. So you can sit here, or you can comply with our orders.
There is no vehicle. There is no reason for me to get out of my vehicle.
I don't know what's in this vehicle. You were hesitant on me asking if there were any weapons in the vehicle, and you said no, I don't have to tell you. So.
No weapons in my vehicle. And do not shine your flashlight in my eyes. I'm deaf.
You're deaf?
Well, that has nothing to do with a flashlight in your eyes. No, it doesn't.
I can't see you in order to hear you.
You're not even looking at us.
I can hear you because you're loud enough.
You can hear us, but you're not looking at us.
No, I can't. Not now. I can't.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna run her. So.
Ultimately, the corrupt cops were able to get the poor old woman out of her car. And if this wasn't bad enough, the female cop went over to conduct an illegal search of her without her consent.
Hands on the hood. Anything you don't need that's gonna poke prod me? Pat you down for officer safety.
No.
Hands on the hood.
That's not a pat down. That is pull my bra.
It is definitely a pat down. We can argue all you want. I don't know why you are being so defensive.
You are not patting me down. You are feeling up under my bra.
Is that I'm allowed to?
No, you're not.
Okay. Where are you coming from today? Not your answer? Okay.
The tyrant officer saw an easy target, an elderly, partially disabled woman who thought she could dominate, but she had no idea how things were about to take a turn.
Anything in the car that you're not supposed to have?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been in trouble with the law before?
No.
No?
Except for that I got pulled over, like, I went to jail for expired inspection registration, like a long time ago.
Okay. So there's nothing inside the vehicle that you're not supposed to have?
No.
Okay. Do you mind if I search the vehicle?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. Stay right there. Do we have any canines? Bruh, no. Do we have any canines on? Your home? Is Theo on?
No, he's went.
I wonder if that's enough for me to... Because technically she was interfering.
Oh, yeah. I've done it.
I'm going to call the DA. Did you call the DA before you? Yeah.
Yeah, well, my guy had physically had to remove him out of the car.
Yeah, but how many times did we ask her? You know?
Oh, yeah,
it took 4 units.
I only asked mine 3 times for a ticket.
All right, I'm going to call the DA.
Before calling a canine to escalate the situation further, the officer contacted the district attorney's office, explaining the incident to the prosecutor.
Hello, this is Officer Norton with Montgomery County Constables Precinct 5. I got a question for you. That's clear. So, out on a traffic stop for obscured license plate. She has like bikes covering her license plate. I can't see the license plate. When I told her that I wasn't able to see the rear license plate, she argued with me and says that it's not obscured, this, and this. Or multiple times she said no, there's no weapons in the vehicle. I then asked her, okay, well, do you mind stepping out? That way I know, you know, for my safety, your safety, everything's okay. She then rolled up the passenger window, said it was an accident. And then she refused to get out of the vehicle when I asked her multiple times. It took 4 other officers to ask her verbally. We didn't have to physically remove her. She said that I was not doing a pat down, that I was illegally searching her. So I was going to see if that's enough for interference.
Give me a second, I'm going to look at something.
Okay.
After fabricating lies and pleading with the prosecutor, the officer had no idea her tactics were about to backfire. The attorney completely shifted the narrative of the stop.
Formal printing you over check. 2978.
Okay, here's where you're at. I'm with you. Technically, yes, you have a violation if you want to file it. However, there are some problems that will make you look terribly bad if you have to defend this case in court.
Okay.
The first one is the statute that I wanted to look at is that bicycles and motorcycle racks attached to a vehicle in normal or customary manner cannot be used as a basis for obstructing a license plate. It's actually spelled out in the statute.
Okay, even with the bicycles on it?
I'll read it to you.
Since the original reason for the stop was invalid, the entire case became a fruit of the poisonous tree and had to be dismissed. Yet the officer still pushed for a charge, only to be calmly humbled by the attorney.
Subsection A7, which is the obscured license plate, may not be construed to apply to a bicycle or motorcycle rack that is attached to a vehicle in a normal or customary manner. Now that's problem number 1. Problem number 2, she has a valid point about the search in saying that you patting her bra is not a pat down, it's a search. So the long and the short of it is, I would not do it, but if y'all really want to fight off that fight, yes, we'll file it.
No, I mean, I'm going to go with obviously what you say because I'm calling you to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. You could easily make out the case for interference with public duties for her refusing to come out of the vehicle for an extended period and requiring a number of officers to get involved. However, a defense attorney, in my opinion, is going to eat you alive with the other 2 issues.
at a trial on that case.
Even the prosecutor doesn't realize how the whole stop becomes null and void. At this point, the officer would have been a complete fool to proceed with an arrest.
Like I said, I called you to get your kind of approval on the stuff that we got
my
here.
take is, legally you're right. Morally, I wouldn't take that fight if I were you.
Yeah. Okay. I was under the impression that if we weren't able to see a plate in the back at all, then it was obscured.
Well, I read you the exact language, and so you can see how you think it applies to your exact facts, because you're looking at your situation live. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I mean, I physically can't see the plate, so like I legit had to go under the bikes as I'm pulling over the vehicle to see the plate. Like there's 3 bikes.
Yeah.
So
I'm giving you my pieces, so yeah, whichever way you want to go, it's fine with me.
No matter how the officer felt, she couldn't override the law. Exposed by her own body cam, she had no choice but to release the innocent elderly woman and let her go on her way.
We didn't get a response on any of this.
that's clear. You can disregard.
Do you want to speak with the sergeant or?
8505 show me.
You have any questions? All right. Well, the sergeant's right here if you want to speak to him. If not, you're more than welcome to go on about your day.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me, for him? No? Okay.
The corrupt officer had no apologetic words and didn't even show an ounce of remorse for illegally detaining someone twice her age. The woman has a great chance to win a lawsuit, and she might consider one against this tyrant and the city. Next, this corrupt officer violated the laws and the oath that he took and was immediately owned.
Can I get a car for me?
I don't have one now. We don't have one. They don't give us cars.
Hold on, we have cars.
On July 26, 2021, Officer David Lance Dukes arrived at a residence after someone had complained about an individual knocking on people's doors claiming that he had a gun. However, without any interrogation, the officer proceeded to do something strange.
Hey, let me see your hands. Bert, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground right here. Get on the ground. You, burgundy shirt, get on the ground. Over here. On the ground. On the ground. Get on the ground. Do you not listen? Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. There's a gun behind me. There's a gun, I believe, behind me.
I ain't got no gun now.
2 black men, Mario and Gaillard, were immediately detained as if the officer knew they were the ones carrying the gun. Shockingly, the tyrant cop kept escalating the situation.
Back. Is there a gun back there?
Ain't no gun.
By that truck.
Ain't no gun.
You're not listening, dude. Bro, you got a gun on you, man?
No, I ain't got no gun.
Right,
I
I'm
don't
just
own no gun. I don't own
Turn back over. Paul, do you watch him say? He had something.
I ain't own no gun.
The door's unlocked in the car, so.
No, he was right here. Watch him. Go watch him.
The officer had just slammed Mr. Gaillard's head down on the turf, injuring the poor disabled man. Surprisingly, after a thorough search, he could not find any gun nearby, proving how big of a racist tyrant he actually was.
25 city, got one tank.
Alright, put your leg that way so you can stand up.
Alright, listen, I'm about to help you. Hold on. Hold on. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright.
Yep.
Listen.
Yep, they slammed my head
Listen.
down on the cement. Yep.
Go back inside. Go back in the house. Go back in the house. Ain't nobody talking to you.
I got head drummer.
Go back in the house.
Yeah. Y'all bust my head down. Yeah, I've been in an accident. Yeah, y'all bust my head down. You threw me down.
I sure did. You wasn't listening.
Yeah. No, it ain't. You had to throw me down like that. I'm disability.
Okay.
I got head problem.
Officer Dukes had no remorse for the merciless blunder he had just committed. He continued lying to his fellow officers, and even they seemed appalled to see what he had done.
You throw me down. You throw me down. Yep, you bust my head down on the cement. Yep, you bust my head.
Alright, let me tell you what.
His forehead.
You bust my head down on the cement.
He was in front of the car when I came up. And he was walking like this. And I thought it was a gun at first. I said, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. I had him at gunpoint. And he's over here doing something like this.
You slam my head. You slam my
What
head
he was doing is
down
putting
on
this up behind the
cement.
tire. So he comes over right here. He got his hands in his pockets. I'm telling him, let me see your hands, let me see your hands, let me see your
Why you
hands.
bust my head then?
He wasn't listening.
No, it ain't.
He got the, like this right here,
You grab me.
and we went onto the
And
ground.
then you bust my head down
That's what
on the cement. You bust my forehead.
Yeah, your head dig it, hit the cement.
Damn right, cause you bust me down on the cement.
Where's the complainant?
You bust my head down.
Gaillard continued to cry about his desperate condition, which was worsening. The other officers called for EMS, yet the tyrant officer still refused to offer a single word of apology.
Right here?
You bust my head. You bust my head.
Where's the complainant?
You bust my head down.
We're trying to get the name of the complainant.
You
So
bust my head. You bust my head down on the cement. If you ain't nobody, you got I ain't got nothing to use.
Putting your change right in your pocket.
Damn right. You slam me, you slam my head down. Hold on. Okay. Yeah.
What are we doing? Guess Sam was going to check him out.
There
ain't nothing about here wanting to press charges on. Who called?
Finally, the poor guy was uncuffed and let go. It is power-tripping cops like Dukes who give a bad name to the police. This lying cop has no business wearing the badge.
Take him out of cuffs right now. I mean, because that's what we got.
You have to use your force.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Slam my head down.
Dude, I didn't know what his intention was.
You need to look at the camera.
Alright.
The officer did wrong. Slam my head down. Bust my forehead. Damn right. You gonna pay me for that shit.
Mayor, I'm going to take that into evidence of what he had.
What?
Well, I mean, you know, that's the reasons I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from.
No gun or nothing.
Instead of owning up to his mistake, Dukes continued fabricating lies to cover up his action. But everything was caught on camera, and he was about to face the consequences.
Because when he was behind the truck, I couldn't see what he was doing. And I didn't know where
There ain't nothing there.
that went. If it was still in his pockets when he come around that car with his hands in his pockets.
These dogs on. No.
on camera.
Yeah, a dog
That's
stick.
fine.
A dog stick.
So he can come out of cuffs?
Yes. Take him out of handcuffs. You may take him.
You mind looking? Good, how are you? What's going on?
Officer slammed my forehead down in the cement.
Okay.
In the wrong foot.
Consciousness?
Yeah. Listen.
Before he could escape the scene, the egomaniac was called out by his sergeant, who gave him a look he will never forget.
Can I get a card from you?
I don't have one, man. We don't have one. They don't give us cards.
Okay, what's your badge number?
1059.
Let me see if I can get my phone. Hold on.
hold on, we have cards.
I get ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go to hospital?
Yeah.
Alright. Call me.
Brandon, he can get his stuff off the car.
Dude, will you say badge number?
1059.
Moving on, this corrupt police officer was caught red-handed and did the unthinkable.
What is your opinion on officers, law enforcement officers' ability to break the law and not be held accountable to it?
It is rare to see a police officer held accountable for wrongdoing, but today we'll show you some shocking cases where corrupt cops were caught red-handed and punished for their crime. On December 4th, 2009, a routine drive took an interesting turn when an individual noticed something unusual while driving behind a police cruiser.
See that? That cop just made an illegal turn, no blinker, no nothing, no lights. Let's find out what exactly that's all about.
This officer here just made an illegal U-turn.
The man decided to follow the officer, which resulted in a bold confrontation, exposing the cop's questionable driving.
Deputy Alexander?
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Can I ask you a question? What is your opinion on officers, law enforcement officers' ability to break the law and not be held accountable to it? No? Do you think it's okay that you made an illegal U-turn, failed to signal, didn't use your lights just to come in here to get lunch? I know that. I'm saying you failed to use your lights. Not that it would be an emergency, but since you were going to make an illegal U-turn, if you were to use your auxiliary lights, I would understand. You're not going to comment. You don't have an opinion that it's okay that you get to break the law, but yet you. Okay, how about you honoring your oath then, and then upholding the law? Would you do the right thing in this situation and write yourself a citation for violation of law? I'm not asking you to comment. I'm asking you to take action. I'm asking you. No, sir. All right. Now I'm.
What is truly alarming? The officer's dismissive attitude, ignoring his concerns like he is above accountability.
I'm changing my statement. I'm asking you, as a law enforcement officer, a sworn deputy in Duval County, which is sworn to uphold the law, you yourself knowing that you witnessed the actions that I stated, that the fact that you made an illegal U-turn, you failed to signal, no, sir, it's not an opinion. I have it on video. So you're not willing to acknowledge that you broke the law even.
No, I'm not willing to acknowledge that. I didn't break the law.
You didn't break the law? You didn't make an illegal U-turn out here? You did not make an illegal U-turn out here. I'm giving you one last chance. You can end it here, or else I can contact Internal Affairs and report your failure to uphold the law and the fact that you're lying to citizens. I appreciate you honoring your oath. Thank you very much, Deputy. You're a great example for law enforcement. Appreciate it. You be safe. Put your seatbelt on, buddy. Be safe.
The cop refused to acknowledge his crime and drove off as if nothing had happened, demonstrating his blatant disregard for the law. Caught in the act and still trying to lie? Wait until you see how this next officer got exposed.
I thought expired tag, you could just get a ticket. What's the need to pat down?
On September 4th, 2024, a First Amendment auditor was out on duty when he witnessed a man being unlawfully treated by a police officer. What happened next was shocking.
What they pull you over for, big dog? What they pulling you over for? Expired tags. And she need to pat you down for expired tags? That's a little obsessive. At least I think so. I thought expired tag, you could just get a ticket. What's the need to pat down? Now you should always record, big dog. And as a passenger, you don't got an ID either. As a passenger, you're not even necessarily a part of the stop. You just happen to be in the car, so you don't got an ID or nothing. Whatever it is she's trying to do. Now, if she asks you to step out, you got to? I don't know, especially just for expired tags. Now, like I said, you don't have to ID as a passenger. You don't have to. So I'm not in your way. Don't consent to no searches or none of that. I can speak freely. I am back.
Officer Mora took it too far by searching the man unlawfully over expired tags when all she needed to do was write him a simple ticket.
Like I said, just don't consent to no searches or none of that. Like I said, you're a passenger, so you don't gotta ID yourself, and just don't consent to no searches. Honestly, she's not even supposed to detain you as a passenger. So make sure when it's over, you get her name and badge number and you file a formal complaint, because she's not even supposed to do none of this to you as a passenger. You're supposed to tell her you ain't consenting to no searches. You're still supposed to say it just so you can have it on record.
She didn't stop there. After searching, she arrested both the driver and the passenger without any sufficient cause.
Now that's a full search what you just did. Well, I know how to do it better than you, obviously. See, passenger, that's why you always film. You don't never let them pull you over. Driver as well. Don't never get pulled over without taping. She literally said she pulled you over for expired tags, but y'all both in the back seat being detained. That don't even make sense. She know I'm right. Let's get that unit number SH6494.
Since the driver was unaware of his rights, the auditor stepped in and remained by his side to help and educate him.
Yeah, but she know I'm right. That's why she don't want y'all to hear me. Make sure y'all get her badge number and file formal complaints when y'all done. If all it is was expired tags, y'all wasn't even supposed to be pulled out your car. She could have just cited you and let you keep on going. So make sure y'all do y'all formal complaints. Don't let this shit blow over, because she absolutely wrong. And that's why she rolled up the window. She don't want y'all to hear me telling y'all y'all rights. So make sure y'all do that shit. Don't let it just blow over. Cause that's how they get away with everything, cause people don't follow up on it. Y'all gotta follow up on it. Look, y'all supposed to be breaking out with them too. Y'all not helping the community. You gotta police the police, cause they don't know how to do their jobs. She done detained the passenger, searched them illegally, everything, all for expired tags. Something she could have talked to him through the car for.
By Officer Mora's behavior, it is quite clear that she is the type of officer who thinks that she can walk up, open the car door, and yank the driver out just because she feels like it.
Just gave him a simple ticket. They didn't even have to be pulled out, searched, put in the back of the car, none of that. Especially the passenger. He just a passenger, and he told her that he don't consent, so, and she still did a full search. She literally went in his pockets, everything. She's talking about he had a razor. Well, you wouldn't have knew that if you wasn't searching his pocket, and it's not illegal to have a razor. She lucky I'm on duty. I don't know how long I'm gonna stand here, but I'm gonna definitely stand here and make sure they all right for as long as I can. I see none of the other workers wanted to support the mans in the back seat. Nobody else cared but me, so when the tough get tough, you gotta keep going, man. Cause they definitely didn't deserve that. She just seen two black men in a dirty truck, so she figured, oh, they doing something wrong outside of the tag. It gotta be more than that. She just figured it has to be more. She literally pulled them over, pulled them out. I don't even think she got their license and registration first. She went straight for the pullout, put them in the back seat, and went straight for the searching them.
Officer Mora's refusal to provide her badge number shows that she knew she was in the wrong, yet she remained ignorant.
Now, I don't know if she want to get out and try to search the truck when she's done, but for right now, she's absolutely in the wrong. If all it was just an expired tag. That's what the driver said. Now, I don't know if she hiding that she got more or whatever, but from what I heard, if it's just an expired tag, she doing too much. See, she lucky I got a delivery schedule I gotta keep. Like I said, I'm gonna stay as long as I feel like I physically can until I just know I gotta go, unless she get done with it quick. Let's hope she get done and just let them be on their way with their little citation. And I also want to find out if she tried to run the name of the passenger. I don't know what she in there doing. She done washed her hands, clean, or whatever she was doing, but looked like she just wasting time. She tried to probably call back up and waiting on them, see what she do now. What's your name and badge number? Hey, y'all make sure y'all file y'all formal complaints, man. Cause I am, regardless if y'all do or don't. Can I get your name and badge number? She acting like she can't hear me now. You gonna fail the ID? Or you gonna give me your name and badge number? I'll wait.
While Officer Mora stayed calm and silent with the auditor, she called for backup. Shortly after, another cop showed up at the scene.
Ask her.
I was asking if you had to see out.
Well, I'm not conducting the stop. You gotta ask her what's going on.
Is this your car?
Is it? No, she got the people whose car it is in there.
Okay. So you're just
I'm just a concerned citizen.
Okay.
Not just to film, just to make sure she's doing her job right. She already overstepped. She done searched the passenger without consent. So that's already a violation right there. And it's supposed to be just for, it's supposed to be, well, I'm not too close. That's why you here. I'm not too close. If If I was too close, I'll be violating. I'm keeping the distance. I've been distant since I got here. If all she stopped him for was just tags, I don't see what she need to pull the passenger out for. He didn't do anything wrong. He's just a passenger in the car. So why would he be searched and ID? What's your name and badge number?
Carrillo.
Huh?
Carrillo.
Carrillo. Badge number what?
061.
All right.
The corruption of these officers can be seen through the backup officer as he arrives. He jumped right in, defending Officer Mora without even knowing what had happened or what she had done wrong.
But yeah, if it's just tags, couldn't she just cited him and let him go?
That's it. She's taking the car now.
It look like it's back far enough, so I understand that. But what about detaining the passenger and searching him and all that? He not the driver?
By its very definition, when there's a traffic stop conducted, the passenger.
Nah, no. The passenger don't have nothing to do with the stop. He might have to stay, but he don't have to ID because he's not driving. He's not making the violation.
Voluntarily IDs himself.
Well, he didn't. She obviously just made him do it. He didn't do it, and then she fully searched him. She didn't do a pat down on the outside. She physically went into his pockets.
You were like right there next.
I got it on tape. I got it on tape. I heard it. I seen it. I got it on tape. I seen and heard it.
You're probably a little too close.
Nah, never too close. That's what Zoom is for.
It is heartbreaking to see law enforcement officials who have no clue about the law violating fundamental rights and acting like it's all completely legal.
The mic sound Zoom too. Listen, the mic sound Zoom. Listen, the mic sound Zoom as well. And they were speaking loud enough to hear him. So
he's in the car and he gives her that information.
No, he was outside the car when that happened. See, if you was here, you would have knew.
If he's in the car and he gives her that.
But that happened outside the car over here. See, that's what I'm saying. If you was here, you would have knew. Right now, you're just assuming because you're not sure. You just got here. I'm telling you as a witness to it.
Go both ways, sir.
I'm telling you as a witness to it. You just assuming. I was here. It's a big difference. I'm a primary source. You would be more like a secondary, right? Right though, I would be more of a primary. You would be secondary.
Primary speaking.
All right. So if we're talking about that, then I was here. You wasn't. So
I would say primary would be in. You'd probably be like secondary.
But I'm a primary source because I was there of it happened. I'm contemporary why it's happened. I'm there with it. I exist why it's happened. I'm here. So I could be primary. I don't know if you know how sources work, but you know, if you did, you would have been more familiar that I would be a primary source because I'm a first-hand source.
The auditor gives him a piece of his mind and calls out that condescending attitude. You can tell that he's a tyrant, and the chewing gum, well, it just adds to it.
You could not agree, but that's how it works. SH1890. It's not reading. That's not reading. That's just numbers. That's not reading. Letters and numbers. That ain't reading. It don't say anything. That's just reciting letters and reciting numbers, man. That ain't reading. I see you want to be a hard ass, huh? I mean, you got a very condescending type of, attitude right now. I don't see why, just because I'm here recording. Is that irritating you or something?
Not at all.
Then why you acting the way you acting?
I'm recording you just like you're recording me. Like,
but I'm not giving you attitude. You being very condescending.
How's that making you condescending?
Your reactions, your whole body language, everything you've been doing since you got here.
You may call it condescending. I may be calling it like I'm not going to get sucked into whatever you got going on.
I don't got nothing going on. I told you what I'm doing. I'm just watching. Concerned citizen. Everybody should pull up and watch when police is here, right?
They truly can't stand citizens who know the law and hold them accountable. All the backup officer knows is cops-plaining and really nothing else.
The question is, are you that concerned of the citizen within your own neighborhood?
Obviously I am.
Outside of the police.
Obviously I am. It's what I do. I hold government officials accountable. That's my main concern.
Hold community members accountable.
Your concern is to do that. That's your job. That ain't my job. As a citizen, my job is to hold the government accountable. That's your job to police the city.
So you're a Republican, what you said.
I never said I was either or. I'm just a citizen, standing up for people's rights. Now, if that's what you call a Republican, hey, that's your opinion.
I'm just wondering.
I'm just giving you some side on my side. I'm just giving you a little information. I never said I was either or. I'm just a citizen. I'm just a citizen and stand up for people's rights. And like I said, if you want to call that a Republican.
The cop's demeanor says it all. He is completely unaffected by the situation. It's like he knows he has the power, and even if he's wrong, nothing can be done about it.
We need more people out there looking after everybody.
We need more people like me, for sure.
Everybody.
For sure we need more people like me. I hold people accountable. I file formal complaints. I follow up. I do whatever. I make small claims. And we go to court after that if we got to. I hold them accountable to the full extent of the law. So
hold who accountable?
members of the government.
But if you do the same with council persons.
Yeah, any members of the government.
As long as you're fair about it.
That's why I said members of the government and not specifically police.
I'm good.
All members of the government. Right now it's just specifically you guys because y'all here, but everybody get held accountable. I got complaints on city councilmen, clerks, all type of shit, whoever do wrong.
Amidst all of it, it is impressive how the auditor stayed calm and kept spitting facts, leaving the cop completely speechless.
So you typically do the same thing to passengers then, because it sounds like you're in agreement with what she did. You pull a passenger out and detain him when he had nothing to do with the stop, he's just a passenger. Because that's the same thing if he was in an Uber ride. You pull over the Uber driver, the passenger is not subject to your arrest or search or any of that. He can step out and let you search the car, but you couldn't search him just because he's a passenger. So what's the difference with a personal driver? He's a passenger.
Like I said, I wasn't here.
That's why I asked you, would you have handled it the same way?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
I mean, you could tell me, you don't want to tell me.
No, I can't tell you because every situation is different.
Okay, when you pull over, okay, look, if you pull over a car,
made that every traffic stop.
That's why I'm asking you. I don't want to assume. That's why I'm asking you. I don't want to assume.
That's simply not true.
That's why I'm not assuming. I'm asking you, would you handle it that way?
I don't know. It depends on who the passengers are.
You don't know who the passenger are. That's the whole thing. They're anonymous, and they're supposed to remain that way because they haven't committed any infractions. They haven't broken any law or broken any crime.
Now, it's not wrong to say that this man knew more about the law than the officer who is supposed to uphold it.
Do you know?
I'm asking you.
From what I heard, she didn't ask him, so I wouldn't know.
We typically ask that question.
Well, I didn't hear her ask. I was right there. You didn't ask me.
I don't need to ask you. What we have right here, this is just a consensual encounter.
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be with a passenger. That's what it's supposed to be with a passenger as well. It's supposed to be consensual because he can. He's supposed to be able to leave too. If he didn't commit any crime, any infractions, why is he detained? He's not even driving. Whatever reason you would stop the driver for has nothing to do with the passenger.
The passenger is seized upon any detention of the motor vehicle.
He don't have to identify himself still. But he still wouldn't have to identify himself. Even if you would say he had to stay, he still wouldn't have to identify himself because he didn't do anything wrong.
He doesn't have to identify.
That's what I'm saying. But you said typically y'all identify everybody.
Well, typically they'll provide it voluntarily.
That's because y'all don't tell them their rights that they don't have to. You just ask for it. So since you're in uniform, they think that's what they have to do. Now, it would be a difference if you said you don't have to ID, but would you mind? I guarantee you 90% of them people wouldn't.
The real problem is that the cops have been getting away with this for so long, and people have just been following their orders that the officers now consider it normal. And this man had the strength to say it to a cop's face.
No, I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from experience. I have video evidence of it. I'm not just making this up. I'm not making it up. I'm just telling you from experience. This is from experience. I've had officers arrest me in City Hall for trespassing. How do you trespass in City Hall without breaking the law? Exactly my point. But it's happened. So it's not me assuming or just saying any old random comment. I'm telling you from personal experience. This shit happens a lot. Officers don't even know what a lawful order is a lot of the times. They tell you it's a lawful order because I said it. No, it has to actually have a law backing what you're saying for it to be a lawful order. So I've just had it all. I've seen a lot of it, man. So a lot of times these officers just don't know what they're doing. The 6 weeks of training just don't suffice. It don't. But y'all do that to have qualified immunity, I understand. Y'all tell people when y'all pull them over that ignorance of the law is no excuse, but then y'all get qualified immunity in court for not knowing the same laws. The judge will give you a slap on the wrist. And then it's justified then, right?
The man took the opportunity to educate the officer on the very laws that he was meant to enforce.
That's crazy. Y'all get qualified immunity for not knowing the law, but then y'all turn around and tell the citizens, oh, that's no reason. Just because you didn't know it, that don't mean it's not illegal. Y'all go in court and that hold up for y'all. So I don't really understand the system when it comes to that. Can you explain that? I don't think so. Oh man, why you didn't shake my hand? It's biasness. He don't like me, y'all. He didn't shake my hand.
When the officer ran out of excuses after hearing the man explain his rights, he did the only thing he could, which was to ignore him and walk away. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we witnessed some of the most shocking cases of dirty cops getting caught red-handed in their corruption and abuse of power. These individuals swore to uphold the law, yet their actions proved they were no better than the criminals they were supposed to stop. Law enforcement should be about justice, not exploitation, and officers like these must be held accountable. If you agree with me, please support us by liking the video, and if you enjoyed this video, watch how this cocky cop was humbled by a higher authority.
Hey, you know, we pass each other like such. I like to hit my brakes. Getting your blood flowing, getting you ready for work. I just like to hit my brakes. Scare you a little.